Okay, I'm going to show what's going on here. I'm having trouble starting my tractor. So, see the key switch here, the ignition switch. Now, you have to turn it till your glow plug goes off. And see all the stuff on the dash written up right here. Well, as I try to crank it, everything on the dash is going to disappear. All the digital, you know, reading, everything. So it's going to appear that I turned the ignition off. So you'll see what I mean. I'm going to try to crank it and just watch how everything disappears. Here we go. Now you see that? Now look, the key is still turned to the on position. So everything on the dash should still be lit up, okay, because the key's in the, you know, on position. So what this basically means is I have a problem with my ignition switch. Now I'm gonna try to get this on camera in one view, but watch as I jiggle this key, watch the dash lights come back on. See that? They just came on. See, I don't even have my hand on it no more. So there's something going on in this switch down here. So I'm going to try to crank it again because this is a pretty good camera angle. See, everything, see, it's still in the on position and everything on the dash went dead. So what it looks like is, it looks like when I'm turning the key to crank it, it looks like it's cranking, but then it looks like I'm cranking it and then turning the key off like that, like going crank and then off. I mean, according to what's going on the dash. It looks like I'm, you know, giving it power and then no power. But I'm not doing that because it's still in the on position. So this means that something's wrong with the ignition. Don't forget there's a screw. Don't forget there's a screw right there underneath this dash. And if you remove that screw, it might give you some more room to move this plastic around. And then remove this bolt here and this bolt down here, and just by removing those two bolts and that screw up there, you ought to have enough room to move around. You can remove the other two bolts, but all right, to unbolt this right here, I'm taking these bolts out. They're 12 millimeters. There's one of them that goes right under here on the right side of the tractor on the bottom, and there's another one right here underneath the key switch. There's another one right here on the left side, and then there's another one on the bottom, just like this on the corner. So there's 4 of them. Then underneath here, you have to unplug it, and it's a white plug. I don't know if I can see it. There it is. Well, there it is right there in the very back. So you can see how this cord right here, how it goes all the way back. That cord right there. Well, something's in the way. That cord right there goes all the way back, and then there's that white connector back there. That's where it connects. I just took this pair of pliers right here and gripped onto the inside of this, went underneath this plastic right here and gripped on the side of this ring, which you'll see. And you turn it counterclockwise, and it doesn't take much effort to turn it, but it might be kind of stuck on there because of the dirt and corrosion. But you want to pull this ring off right here. So I already got him off. Get him out of there. Kind of hard with one hand. Okay. That's what you want to unscrew, is this outside piece of your key ignition. You see it has these holes in the side where you're supposed to stick a tool. But since I'm throwing this away, I don't care about scratching it up, because I just bought a new one. Once you get this ring off right here, you can hit it with a hammer. So once that ring comes off of this right here, I'm taking this hammer right here and hitting it in there, because it just has like a sleeve that goes in. See, there you go. See, it fell out. Alright, I managed to unplug it. I lifted this back right here and slid my hand underneath, my right hand underneath it, so I could grab the wiring harness. And I put my left hand in through here and grabbed the wiring harness and squeezed the clip, pulled it apart. It wasn't that hard. And that little blinker thing's still connected over there. So now the thing is, there's a zip tie holding the wiring harness in there. So I got to clip this little zip tie. So, see the zip tie? See right there. I had to clip that so I can pull it out. That's right. That's what I had to clip out of there. So now the whole thing comes out. Let me zoom out here. Yeah, it all comes out now. So pretty easy. I can put the new one in. Alright, this new ignition switch right here comes with a brand new key. Pull it out of the bag. So first thing you want to do is see this little piece right here I'm unscrewing on the end, this ring. You want to pull this ring off when you get ready to install it. And you want to pull the key out. So you're going to pull this washer off and this ring off. So I got it unscrewed. So yeah, have that stuff removed, the key in that ring. This is what it should look like. So you got the white washer removed and the ring. See this little white washer down here? It's kind of hard to see this thing here. So you want to remove him, the ring, and the keys. And then go ahead and slide this sucker in his place. He's got these grooves going around him. So he's slotted and you just slide him into place. And then after you do that, you can put this other stuff on, which I'll show you. Alright, to get this guy installed, you're going to install him right side up and stick him in the hole here. If I can find it. Stick his little washer on there. He goes on the outside like this. If I can get him to stay on. Okay. He goes on like that. And you're going to take this guy here and screw him on clockwise. Don't worry about that little washer. He'll line himself back up. Now I already hooked up the wire and tightened this guy down here. And the way I tightened him down was use this file in my hand here, because it has like a sharp point right here on the tip, and I stuck it in this hole. See, it has these holes on the side, so I just found one of the holes on the bottom of it down here and went in through the bottom and found it with my finger, and then stuck the file in there. And then as you're pushing to tighten this ring, you need to grab the back of it and push it forward to try to help it get snug. And yeah, that's how I got it tight on there. So all I got to do now is put these 4 bolts in, and it should crank and be ready. So I'm fixing to go ahead and put these 4 bolts in. It's 2 on each side, and I'm going to try to crank it. And that zip tie that goes under there on that wiring harness, I can do that later after I'm done. Alright, I'm charging the battery on this Kubota tractor right now, because after I was working on it, I ran the battery down, turning the key, trying to get it to start, you know, testing out the bad ignition. So if you try to crank it a bunch of times and it doesn't turn over, the alternator's not going to, you know, charge the battery, so you got to charge it. And I got this new ignition switch in here with these new keys, and it's all shining up. Let's see if it'll start. Alright, moment of truth here. Let's see if this new switch works. Okay, it's not shutting off the dash. Everything's doing stuff. So I'm pushing in the clutch. I'm turn the key, see if the dash stays the same. Look at that. I actually fixed it. But you see how the dash, the lights are still lit up, the fuel gauge and everything. It didn't blink off like it was doing before. So that's how you know your ignition switch is bad. Yeah, it looks like I fixed it. Also, before I started messing with it, I made sure the battery's fully charged. So, you know, all those problems I was having, I knew it wasn't the battery, but I just wanted to show what the signs were of a bad ignition switch, so people could replace them themselves, because they're pretty cheap if you buy them online. And I just bought mine off eBay. I don't remember what I paid for it, but I bought it from an eBay seller. I think it came from China. But if you enjoyed this, please subscribe. I might make some more Kubota videos.